One mistake in identifying the place of supply can end up in collecting the wrong GST. So the place of supply is an important concept in GST. Let us understand what is meant by place of supply and why it is important in GST in this module. So place of supply, we will explain with the help of an example. Say for example, a person from Maharashtra is selling a registered dealer from Maharashtra is selling a laptop to a customer in Karnataka. So the place of supply, the supplier is from Maharashtra, the place of supply is in Karnataka. So here this will decide whether which GST we have to apply, whether it is intra-state or interstate. Similarly, it has got other importance also. So here this is a transaction between two different states. So this will be the case of IGST, that is interstate GST, because Maharashtra and Karnataka are involved. See, for example, if the transaction is between the dealer from Maharashtra is selling laptop to a customer in Maharashtra, then it will be intra-state GST. So identifying the correct GST is based on the identifying the place of supply. So that is the importance of place of supply in GST. Now why it is important? We can list the points. First point is it will decide the nature of GST. I told you that is whether if it is interstate, IGST will be applicable, sender will collect that, and there will be revenue sharing between sender and the destination state. If it is intra-state, CGST plus SGST or UTGST will be applicable provided it is a state or union territory. Based on that, it will decide. Second is it is helpful in collecting the correct GST. Correct GST meaning whether it is interstate or intrastate. So based on that, the bill or the GST bill will be raised. Third is it will help in correct revenue distribution. See, GST is a destination based tax and sender government is collecting the IGST. Then later it will be shared between sender and the destination state. So it helps in the correct revenue distribution. Then it helps in the correct ITC credit, input tax credit. So if you are collecting the wrong GST, then you cannot claim the ITC or the input tax credit based on the GST provisions. Then it will help in correct GST computation. You cannot make GST compliance. You cannot make mistakes while collecting GST. Another point is it will helpful in identifying whether it's an import of supply or export of supply. That is when a transaction involving a person from India and with a foreign country or a customer from a foreign country. Then we have to identify whether it is that the transaction has to be treated as an export or import. So based on these points, the place of supply is an important concept in GST. So there are certain rules for identifying the place of supply that we will see in the next module.